Alright, I hammered on the nut. I put the socket on and I hammered on it. They sell a special spanner. I saw one for $12 on Amazon. I saw one for $50 at the repair clinic. I definitely wouldn't have been able to get this off with that hammer wrench. Goes across like a 4-way for a car. But I hammered it on with my ratchet, my 1/2 inch to 3/4 adapter, and my 1 5/8 socket. And I hammered it several times. Should be tight, but whatever. Now that goes on there, and there should be a bolt right there. That's a regular thread to the right. And we'll tighten that with my nice antique 30-year-old Craftsman fine-tooth center reversing ratchet. Tight. And this being the older style, the agitator snaps into place. Snaps into place. Whereas the so-called new one-way clutch sprag allows this to turn one way. See those slots? They're bigger on the top. So it allows the agitator to turn one way and locks the other way. Freewheels one way, I should say. That's installed. Click! Snaps into place. To remove this, you gotta pull it up sharply. And let me tell you, you gotta yank on it to unlock the tabs. The newer one has a bolt down the middle. So this turns one way. When you go the other way, those little pieces of rubber lock in the slot. That slot's smaller at that end than this end. One-way clutch or sprag. Freewheel turns the drum. Freewheel turns the drum, just like an automatic transmission. So nothing came apart that easily. And you put, should have a little magnetic tray. Then you put which part next. Oh yeah, this goes over that. And let me tell you, this thing, this was hard to remove, this little cap. But it turns out you don't have to remove it because there's no bolt underneath, because this is the old style. This is the one you pull up sharply. And how did I figure that out? After watching the video on the newer model, I didn't realize that there were variations. I got that cap off, which is probably glued on. But I came here to look at the instructions for the model number. And then I opened up what I thought was a wiring diagram, with I can't read. I don't know a thing about wiring diagrams. Power goes in, that's all I know. Ferret, bead, filter, lid switch, AC, mode shifter. It's all Chinese to me. On the back of this is the instructions on how to take this thing apart. To remove spin basket, new design with a bolt. Old design, I have the old design. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Service shaft assembly, check motor status. Count number of times the light under the motor's metal drip shield flashes. Refer to flash code on the reverse side of this manual. Removal of motor. To align agitator to replace match grooves in the air bell to grooves inside agitator. Fin is aligned with groove. Oh, look. To service tub motor assembly. Nut, left-handed thread, split ring, washer. Front and rear tab within a different color spring housing should not be switched. The motor and tub assembly will now lean forward after both front rod and spring assemblies, blah, 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 blah. Reverse procedures. Oh, you gotta remove it from the front. I'm gonna remove this thing and sell it to somebody else. So, now I gotta put this thing back in. I shouldn't have removed. Smash it. I don't think I got it in place. Alright, I'll deal with that. You don't have to watch me lose my temper at this piece of junk. Garbage. Alright. 10:20. Nothing ever goes as smooth as you think. So, All I gotta do is just bolt the console back on, but who cares about that? Let's just see if it works. Where is the outlet? I don't know, that seal didn't look like it was going back on with any kind of sealing ability. Crank her up. I don't know, I bet you this thing's gonna leak worse now than it did before. I don't trust what I did. I don't like the way that seal went in. I've replaced seals before in cars and they got a tighter fit. I've heard a lot of stories. The control board zaps when you open the cover too many times, blah blah blah. It's rocking and rolling too much, yada yada yada. Yep, I think it's gonna leak like crazy. Just scrap it. Junk. Didn't pay much for the machine, to be honest. It had a smashed cover when we bought it. I'm gonna get up and show you. So I think we might have bought the extended warranty, maybe. And GE sent us some extra covers. Yep, extra covers. Lid assembly. Lid assembly. So, if ever you needed a lid assembly, we've got a couple extras. But the lid assembly isn't the issue. The issue is that seal. Why do I think it's going to leak all over my nice tile floor? I guess it has to have enough water to cover the seal. Made in China. Canning Electric. Doesn't say where it's made. Funny how the light's flickering on the camera, but I don't see it. Time rating, 15 minutes. On, off, 45 minutes off. Electronically protected thermal, made in China. Yep. Well, not leaking yet. Surprise, surprise. Maybe I'll set the water level to the lowest setting. General Electric Company appliance part clothes washer. Where is it made? GE recommends replacing your washer inlet hoses every 5 years, along with the washer. Oop, here we go. Not leaking. Can't believe it. I'm going to put it on heavy duty. Oh, there we go. Speaking of heavy duty. You like that? I tap it and it gets brighter. Now, what did someone say? The transition, rotational something is not doing what it's supposed to do? Heart of the motor, heart of the circuit board, I don't know. I read a lot of comments, but they go in one ear and out the other. So far, so good. I just hate to put a load of clothes in and it starts to leak. Hard to believe that seal is not retained by a piece of steel to squish it in place. Just a light press fit. Seems too easy. Let's run it through the spin cycle. Oh, doing it faster than Jake, are we? Extra slow. Running out of memory on this chip, like usual. Well, I only got 32 seconds left. Come on. Come on. Looks nicely made. Must be a pretty fancy factory in China. Probably made with American parts. Trained by Americans. 6 minutes 45 seconds. I went back and deleted the blowing my hose, cold cranking the SF sub and the weasel, and eating the pizza. I don't know why I didn't delete them, but I just did. Dead. Come on, machine. Dump the tub. It stopped. It's funny how the delay on the camera is a half second. I move the flashlight and the delay on the screen is a half second. Well, I guess I fixed it. Mr. CW would be happy. We'll have clean clothes again. We'll have to wash them in the sink like she does at the hotel. Brings tons and tons of clothes and not enough underwear and socks. We end up washing our underwear and socks in the sink, so I always stash them in my luggage. Extra underwear and socks. We're going to New York City for a late Thanksgiving Hanukkah. Gonna see some friends, gonna buy a radio that I didn't tell her I'm buying. I don't think it's leaking, but must be silicone, I see. Yep, I'm going to New York City, and I'm going to go to Mahwah, New Jersey, and get a radio, and Brooklyn to see a friend and drive his '66 Corvair. Yep, I think I fixed it. That's very good. Thanks for watching.